we should have an idea of how much longer this is going to be.
I can't.
Any government building. Plenty of other states have just pulled it. Like didn't even like we're not going to haggle over this.
Right.
I'm like, but this is a government building. Why this is so complicated and why a U.S. flag is not even being flown, that within itself is a problem, and it's disrespectful.
I agree. It's very.
And the fact that any other flag should take precedence over the U.S. flag.
Right.
Obviously, you didn't care about the South Carolina flag, whatever that looks like, because you didn't have it there.
Right.
Because in your minds, that was the South Carolina flag, just like Mississippi.
Yes.
That was their flag.
Yep.
It's insulting.
It is very insulting.
So they're going to take it to vote. I'm sure we're going to have a more hooing and hawing, and and there are some senators that are staunchly opposed to it. They said it's part of our history. If it's offensive, that's unfortunate because it's part of who we are. I'm like, okay. So it took all this time for this finally.
We've been going on about this for 3 weeks now.
Right.
3 weeks.
And I'm serious. And maybe if it had died down, something to you, you would have been comprehensive at that time, and little by little maybe tried to phase it out.
You can't though.
But
That's
you can't.
probably, I'm like, that saying it is just like you saying it now and trying to ban it from the fans. It's gonna be the same. It's no effect. So that's probably like all we can do is stop it on a corporate level. But you can't tell people individually that. And why even say that? Because it's not gonna work.
And here's what they did. Because they realize that people right now have this right to fly the flag and they have no plan in place because like it's going to hit them in the pocketbook, what they did is they had an exchange program. And if you were willing to exchange your Confederate flag, they would give you American flag instead. And they actually said, as people walked up and they explained why they wanted this, and some people, they said they actually had, a small amount of people that actually said, okay, fine, and they exchanged a flag. To me, for those people right there, that was a step in the right direction. But guess what? They got about 10 more at home.
Oh, yes.
And they're
like, this is my last flag.
Right.
This is not my last flag. You can have this one.
And they went home and opened the drawer and pulled out like 10 more. But here's the thing. And they're like, I was needing an American flag. I just got this for free. Look, they don't have just one flag. I don't buy that at all.
Right. They were like, oh, this is what I don't have. Old Glory. Here, you can take. I don't have Old Glory, but I have 10 more of these at home. Yep.
Hey, it looks good. They probably went through the whole gesture of, okay, folding. Here you go. Here's my flag. Taking it like, we appreciate this. We're just really trying to send a message of inclusion to everybody here.
Right.
Like I said, the fan base is predominantly white. Let's just be honest.
Yes.
And they knew that they have to stand in front of the public eye and they have to say something, even though they already took the first step.
But they did all that they needed to do. Ban it from the corporate level. Don't have it on any of your cars that are racing, that kind of thing. But that's all they needed to do. They didn't have to go this other step because I'm like, the pushback that you're going to get, now people are going to be contrary. Like, so now you don't watch this.
Well, and actually, what's interesting about the Daytona, and when I tell you they've got so many versions of the Confederate flag, is interesting. Sometimes even have race car numbers on them. Like, look at that one.
See, yeah.
But what's interesting is a couple of the patrons, when they read the story about NASCAR banning the flag and racetracks asking fans not to wave it, they initially thought they couldn't. Until they got to the race, and one guy's like, hey, I didn't even bring it because I thought I wasn't supposed to fly it. Well, guess what, Joe? You weren't supposed to fly it. Right. But the fact that you were actually trying to be cooperative is
mad. He was like,
commendable. You got an extra one? Bud, you got an extra flag? I need to fly this.
Dang it. I could have brought mine. Dang it.
So interesting enough, I knew first big race after the first big announcement.
Yeah.
We both knew how this was going to go.
NASCAR,
that. Here's my thing. Here's all you have to do. You removed it from a corporate level.
Yes.
You can say we particularly don't want it there, but we do understand at this point our fans have a right to bring it. It's their personal property,
right.
And there's nothing we can do to stop it. We would encourage them, and we'll keep doing the exchange program as much as we can. But at this point, it's out of our control if they're going to display the flag. We can let them know we don't want it. We'll do exchange, but at this point, it's not much, unfortunately, we can do beyond that.
Right.
Because it'll start to hit us. Was asking
my fireworks.
Was asking the people to stay like 10 miles away if they could. But people still went, and she's a little disappointed. I'm like, but look, there are some people that are not going to renege on this. They're just going to stand firm and be like, look, we go to Stone Mountain every year for the lasers and fireworks,
and you are not going to stop that action.
And though I don't support the flag, I didn't put it up there, so that's coming.
Yep.
Look, I didn't put it up there, but I get the point of if you don't support it, it sends a message. Okay, tons of people go to Stone Mountain for tourism reasons. So my thing is, are you going to boycott that and ask people just not to go to Stone Mountain?
This is where it doesn't stop. It just won't stop. You were asking the question, when does it stop? So now you boycott this, and then now what's next? So now people can't bring their flags. Now what's next? People can't wear a shirt. Now what's next? It's never ending. It's not going to stop. I just think that for federal buildings and government buildings, I think it's very wrong. If it's somewhere else, and especially personal property or in a park, that's not a government kind of park, is it? No?
It's a state. It is a state park. That it is. It is a state park. Here's the thing.
Where is it though?
It's like 10 miles.
No. I mean, like
it's like inside the park, probably one of the flagpoles in there. But here's the thing, and we talked about this, and we're going to jump into it a little bit later about where do we draw the line,
right?
And where we ask things. But we can't erase history,
right.
So are we trying to correct things moving forward? History is not meant to be erased.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or to be eradicated. So I think we'll talk about that in a bit. So that boycott didn't go over very well.
Didn't think about it.
And that's what I think is really interesting is that people still were like, we're not going to change what we're doing because this is what we've been doing for years.
Right.
It's a family event. Whether I support the flag or not, we're still going to Stone Mountain. I mean, they said this is like a historic event that people like flock. They come early to get a seat. That's how popular that it is. So I mean, I get the sentiment behind it, but even I knew people were still gonna go.
You are not stopping fireworks.
They were not stopping fire. And a laser show.
No.
And a laser show. And the final story, there was a firefighter that now has to be suspended, a volunteer firefighter in Albert Lea, Minnesota, who decided during the parade to fly the Confederate flag in the parade. So he's a voluntary firefighter, and so, of course, he's been suspended. And he said he's not flying the flag because he supports slavery. He said he's just tired of political correctness.
Contrary.
Okay.
If you tell me not
Brian
to do it, I'm
Nilsson,
going to
who's
do it.
43, that makes me think you don't get the nature of the conversation that's
Right.
going on.
He's just contrary. He's just gonna this is one of the things. If you tell me not to do it, now I'm just gonna do it. He probably had.
Well,
no
I'm trying to,
intention
but here's
of
my
it.
thing though. I'm trying to figure out how he got out into the parade with that on the car in the
He
first place.
unrolled it.
You know, I'm just like, how did you make it that
Oh,
far?
he had that under his shirt and unrolled it.
Right, I know, right?
And
well, guess
pulled
what?
it out when it was too late. It was like now the float is moving, and now he pulled it out. And
He's been suspended. Once again, another volunteer, not a paid employee,
Of course.
because paid employees know exactly where to draw the line.
Yep.
So now he's been suspended because he was trying to send a message. Well, I'm like,
Okay, well, they sent you one.
right.
Ay, caramba!
To say the least. All right, that wraps up the What's Trending segment. Let's take a break and we'll jump into the awful truth. Can you believe that inmates run the prison? What? And it's using sex to do so. What? I know. All right, the Maya Akai Show. Nikki Braden, stay tuned.
Yes.
Join the conversation. Call at 708-223-0030 or get social with the show via Facebook and Twitter at The Maya Akai Show or Instagram at Maya Akai. I'm a killer. I'm a murdering bastard, you know that? And there are consequences to breaking the heart of a murdering bastard. What's happening? And you always will be. Natural born killer.
shot me down, bang, bang. I hit the ground, bang, bang. That awful sound, bang, bang. My baby shot me, bang, bang. Shot me down, bang, bang. I hit the ground, bang, bang. That awful sound.